Hi, my name is Jamie Konarski-Davidson, and today I'd like to share with you my creative process for making an image. For example, how do we start with a single pink camellia with many layers of petals, patterns, texture, and shapes, and work to break it down to an image that speaks to its softness, flow, and feel, down to what for me is the essence of what drew me to it. What I've learned in photography is that first impressions are very often only that, first impressions. And when we open our eyes and our heart to new things, we're presented with wonderful gifts. For example, the white flowers in the earlier scene were just not all that exciting, and I could have stopped, packed up everything, and left. Instead, what I noticed were what appeared to me to be the biggest dandelions I had ever seen, and that's where the magic awaited. These giant balls of fluff were not my intended target, but they sure did invite me to one amazing dance. And so, with an open mind, a macro lens, tripod, and a Nikon 6T diopter, I fell in love with the light, the shadows, the color, and the magic inside the center of a goat's beard on the side of a Colorado road. So how do we get to the meat and the magic of images? The first thing we need to do is go beyond the handshake. Nancy Rothenberg would say that all the time. Handshake is just your first introduction. What you're looking at are 59 images that took place during 38 minutes with a patch of crocus in Richmond, Virginia. I could have stayed much longer, but what you'll learn is what I was seeing, thinking, and feeling during this 38-minute session. The majority of these images are unedited and appear in the order that they were captured. So here we have the handshake, that one shot I got it. It's our first opportunity to connect with our subject. If we leave after that handshake, we miss out on so many levels. For example, where do we go from the aerial? How about getting a little bit closer? That's my pattern, to move in closer. And so after this kind of shake off the dust, that's exactly what I'm doing, is moving in closer, exploring angles, focus points, exposure, just sort of wiggling around within this small patch of crocus to figure out what it is that's going to make me stay longer, see more, feel more. Purple is my favorite color, so I have to stop. I love flowers. I have to stop. But where do I go from here? I find that when I get a little bit stuck and can't figure out exactly what the approach should be, I play. I start with spins and twirls. And just, it's not about being successful, it's about playing and exploring and being open to weird and strange possibilities. I try zooms and blurs, just fooling around and just sort of letting everything loosen up so that I can find my way. What happens next is that I find different angles, different viewpoints, different depths of field, different softness, different sharpness, vertical, horizontal, exploring the options, not trying to be right or wrong, but simply to find the beauty and the essence of what it is that makes me stay. And what makes me stay is the potential for reaching even more magic in the center of the flowers, in the colors and the patterns, in the textures and the softness. What I can tell you also is that the essence of what it is that's drawing you in is not always in a convenient position. Sometimes you have to get down and dirty. So down I go into the damp, wet grass, tripod gone, hand holding, focusing manually, really just digging in and responding and feeling to what I'm seeing and thinking and feeling. And what I'm also doing without a whole lot of effort is sweeping the edges, looking for leading lines and curves, and really just celebrating the dance of the light in the petals and the softness of the purple and the pink and the soft backgrounds, and really just figuring out as I go, frame by frame, what to leave in, what to leave out, and continually changing, breathing and just oozing and eyeing and just having one of those, I don't care what I look like, what anybody thinks about me, I'm laying here a grown adult, just getting down and dirty in a public park. It doesn't matter. When I'm in this zone, all I'm looking at and thinking and feeling is, wow, this is amazing. I just love the macro, the close-up, the angles, the softness. And what happens is that I reach a point where I'm not thinking at all. I'm just simply moving forward in the magic of the moment. So the question you could ask is, well, how long should I stay? How many images are enough? And the answer I would give is always the same and always different. I would stay until I felt as if I had gone as deep as I possibly could, and take as many images as it possibly takes to get to the point where you feel that you have got it, that you've got nothing left to explore. When I look at the series of 59 images that I'm sharing with you, I realize that if I had stopped shooting at the 48th frame, I would have missed out. I would have missed out on the time with the crocus, the flowers that I cannot grow. I would have missed out on the light and the shadows and the color, and I would have missed out most of all the feeling that I had when I reached the end, when I had to go and I had to leave, even though I didn't want to. And I could look at the back of my screen and say, yep, I can leave now. The very next day, that same beautiful patch of crocus was still there, but everything had changed. The light, the temperature, my mindset, and none of those flowers were open. Every moment we share is one that is unique and never to happen again. Finally, here is frame 1, the handshake, where this all began. Even it can be dressed up to express the colorful party I invited myself to. A party lasting only 38 minutes over 59 frames, but one which I will remember for having stayed longer than I thought I might. And here is that final frame, edited to express my vision and response to these beautiful, delicate, sensual blooms. I encourage you to find your own party. Invite yourself, be open, be present, stay longer. And I hope that what I've shared about my own creative process will help you find and celebrate your own subjects, whatever they may be.